Hey everybody, today we're going to do a comparison between the Bahco Laplander and the Silky Gomboy, and we shall see which saw is the better saw. Alright, let's go get started. So I purposely sawed the thicker tree, branch or whatever, with the Silky Gomboy. The Silky Gomboy. And now I'm gonna do the thinner tree branch with the Bahco. This may fall the wrong way, so I'm gonna go over here and do this one. Alright, so I got a lot of work cut out for me. I'm going to bring you around over here and show you the work I've done so far with the Silky Gomboy. This is all the tree trimming that I did last week. I got to saw this all up, get it down to size. Yeah. The Silky Gomboy is definitely a very smooth operating saw, and the fact that it cuts on the pull if you remember that, if you keep that in mind, when you push, you try not to use a lot of effort. Just push the saw, and then when you pull with a little force. And if you do it that way, the Silky Gomboy is a much easier saw to work with, and it's physically less draining to work with. The Bahco is a pretty decent saw. It did saw through that thick branches, or that tree as you saw, and it does a pretty good job. But I believe this also cuts when you push and cuts when you pull. Now that may reduce your time in cutting something, but at the same time you have to use the same amount of effort pushing and pulling to effectively use this saw. Whereas the Silky, when you're pushing, you just have to remember that all you have to do is just get the blade forward, and then when you pull with a little bit of effort, and you're using half the physical strength. All right, so if I had to pick one or the other, I'd definitely go with the Gomboy. I mean, not the Gomboy, but Silky saws, because like I said, if you remember the technique of pushing without having to use a lot of effort, and then pulling with effort, you're using half the amount of physical effort to saw. And they're both pretty decent saws, but I have to give the slight edge to the Silky. All right, but for the fact that these are a lot cheaper than the Silkies, I don't know, these days the prices have gone up. The Bahco has gone up, so it's not that much cheaper. So I'd have to say that it's all in your budget. If you want something cheaper, get with this. If you want something more premium, get with this. Now, I did break the tip when I first bought this because I was not used to using the Silky. So when I was pushing, I was using a lot of force, not knowing that you didn't have to. And then I caught the tip of it as I was pushing in the tree, and it snapped the blade. So when you're pushing, just remember that you don't have to use a lot of force. Just push it to get it forward, and then pull, yank, and get the cut while you're yanking it. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I got a lot of work ahead of me. I don't want to bore you with all the work I'm doing, but that is my review of both the Silky Gomboy and the Bahco Laplander.